What's up, guys? It's ASMR here, bringing you guys my Xbox OG collection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. We got 27 games to get through. So without further ado, these are all in alphabetical order, but they're backwards. It's just how I put the stack up here, so that's what we're gonna do. The first game, WrestleMania 21. I picked this up at a thrift store, or maybe it was like a consignment store, same thing, but I picked this up for $3 there. That was probably, I would say probably 2002 or 3 that this came out. It was probably one of the first wrestling games on the OG Xbox, because I remember my best friend across the street rented this and I spent the night with him. And we stayed up like all freaking night just making characters and customizing all their moves and stuff. I remember it was like 5 o'clock in the morning before we knew it. Was like, holy shit. Next up is Return to Castle Wolfenstein. This is my brother's favorite game of all time. I've never actually played past the second mission on here, but he loved it so much that I had to get it just in case he ever come over and we wanted to play it. Unreal Championship. I've heard so many things about this game, but I've never actually played it. I will be 100% honest, I really just bought it because it was an Xbox exclusive. Next up, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. This is another one that I've never played. I think there was 3 of these though. On the OG Xbox, I wanted to get all 3 of them. And this one is not in a protective sleeve because it's missing the manual. Any game in my collection that doesn't have a manual, I do not put a sleeve on it until I get the manual for it. Another banger, Star Wars Battlefront. Everybody's played this, or at least the second one, if you're even halfway a Star Wars fan. Okay guys, next up we got some freaking heat. Silent Hill 4, The Room. This is tied for the most expensive game that I own on the OG Xbox, and that was $50. I have another game that was $50. We'll get to it though. Never played this Silent Hill. I've played 2. And what was it on the PSP? Maybe Silent Hill Origins. I played that one. And I've played not Downpour, it was on the 360. Homecoming. Yeah, I think it's Homecoming. So next on the list is my second most expensive game, or actually tied for first, my bad. Silent Hill 2. Restless Dreams. I love this Silent Hill. I'm actually really glad they're remaking that for the PS5. Next up is a game that I still haven't checked out, but I have watched a lot of YouTube on it, and it looks freaking awesome. The Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher's Bay. It looks really fun. I remember the graphics looking really good for this when I watched the YouTube videos. Oh, this was a pretty fun one. Rally Sport Challenge. I played these a lot with my friend too. He was like the only person that I knew when we were kids that had an Xbox. Everybody had like a PS2 and a few had a GameCube, and only he had an OG Xbox. This is another that me and him enjoyed together. He loved racing games, any kind of like Midnight Club or even the Test Drive Wide Open. Man, we'd play the heck out of them. That was pretty much all he was into, was like NBA games and car games. Another one. DJ Khaled. Next up is a freaking hilarious game. I want to say this game got really bad reviews, but Playboy the Mansion. I paid $13 for this almost 5 years ago, and I think now it's doubled in price. It's actually like a $30 game. It's a lot like The Sims. Like it's like The Sims meets Playboy. Oh, next up is a freaking one of my favorite NBA games of all time. NBA Ballers. If you remember this, you're an OG. Some of these games are sticking to each other. Next up is Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. Me and my buddy used to ride around on here, and he would always be like, man, pick a place to be your house. So I would like try to find a house on there, and I would act like it was mine. And I would like drive over to his house and stuff. That was fun. Next up is a game that I have never actually played, but it is an exclusive, so I wanted to snag it. I want to say this got really good reviews. LA Rush. I freaking love this game. Me and my two stepbrothers, we used to play this a lot on the PS2. I just can't hardly find it. Like, going in all the retro stores locally and the ones like 30 minutes to an hour away, I couldn't find this hardly anywhere. Finally found it. I actually found it on PS2 at one store. And when I got to the counter, the lady was like, hey, this game's scratched pretty bad. I mean, you can try it. And I looked at it and I'm like, yeah, there's no way that's going to play. So it took me forever to finally find it. Sorry, I had to check if the manual was in here. It is actually in here. But it doesn't have a slipcase. I guess I ran out of slipcases. Let me get my Skyrim back on real quick. What's it doing? I don't even know if you guys can hear that very well, but I've got Skyrim going next to me. Anyways. Half-Life 2. This was another game that looked like it had really good graphics on YouTube, but I've never played it. That's almost a crime too, because like everybody speaks so highly of this game. This next one just looked really cool. I think I actually did play this just a little bit when I first got it. I messed around like in the first like 30 minutes of it, and I was like, this does seem pretty cool, so I was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep it. I almost thought about putting it in my sale pile, but I was like, nah, the graphics are good enough and it seems fun enough, I'll just keep it. I want to say this was a launch game, if not a very early release for the OG Xbox, but Fusion Frenzy. A lot of people describe this as Mario Kart, or not Mario Kart, Mario Party for the Xbox. It's just a 4-player mini game kind of game. Next up, we got Family Guy. This one had me worried because they had a sticker on it that said check condition. I was like, oh no, this one isn't gonna work, but luckily it does play, and the disc looks really good, so $15. I almost feel like this will be a game that'll go up in price eventually, but I don't know. It's hard to predict that. Next up is a Game Pass game now, but Morrowind. And this does have the manual and the map and everything in it. I feel like I paid like $30 for this. Oh, nope, it says $12.99. I lied. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's pretty dark in here, but $12.99. I've only barely played this game. I freaking loved Oblivion. I love Skyrim. But just could not get into this because the graphics were so bad. Sounds like a horse trotting. Next up, we got Doom 3. This one's on Game Pass as well now. I remember back in the day, though, thinking this game had freaking phenomenal graphics. I'm sure it did, though. A lot of OG Xbox games looked really good. Next up, Deus Ex Invisible War. I feel like the Skyrim music just gave out or something. I don't know what's going on. Never actually played it, but it looked fun. And it was kind of cheaper, so I was like, well, I'll pick it up. Crimson Skies. Xbox exclusive. This was $3.99, so... No, it was $5.99, I'm sorry. But yeah, I wanted to get it because it was an exclusive. Gotta grab all them exclusives, especially if they have the manual. Conflict Vietnam. I've got so many good memories with the Conflict Desert Storm 1 and 2. Especially the first one for the GameCube. And the PS2, I played that one quite a bit too, but me and my stepbrother and his cousin, like, probably every 3 or 4 years, we go back on the GameCube and we 3-player co-op all the way through the first one. I've just never really got into this one. I really need to, though. Next up, we got Cell Damage. I actually think I gave $2 for this game. And I really thought about reselling it, but it just looked so cool. I was like, I'll keep it. I think it's just like a $8 to $10 game, and I gave $2 and some change for it, so I figured why not just keep it. Last but not least, Amped. Another exclusive with the manual. I'm kind of upset about this though because I paid $4 for it. And I got on Macari one day and I noticed that somebody had a bundle for the first and second one for $4. I was like, really? And they both had the manuals. But alright guys, well that concludes our video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and let me know if there's a certain system that you would like for me to do next, because I do have Xbox One, Xbox 360, I got a few Series X games, I got PS 1 through 4, actually 1 through 5, I got a bunch of handheld, all kinds of Nintendo games, so if there's any system that you want me to do, just call it out, and that'll be my next video. Thanks guys.